Hi everyone! Welcome to the stream. I am going to be turning on some music. Hang on. There we go. Alright, so thank you so much for joining me. This is Spilling the Tea with Susie, and I am so excited because tonight I am joined by Huw Miller of Nancy Drew Walkthroughs. Let's go ahead and let him in. Hi!
What's going on?
How's it going?
Oh, brilliant. Can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah.
As I've been sat here in the waiting room for the last 10 minutes, I could actually see and hear you the entire time.
That's awesome.
So
I don't care.
So when you were talking to Hotchkiss, you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just leave him in the room for a little while. No problem. You're like eating your pizza, and then I saw you take your selfie for Instagram. I just saw all that stuff. I'm just sitting here like, this is grand. This is great. Love it.
Yep, so, I figured you could.
It's not too bad.
I don't really mind. I was like, I know that I can't see or hear him, but that he can see and hear me. But, like, fantastic. I wasn't doing anything weird, so...
Thankfully. I was just like, oh my god, what if, like, a weird conversation happens between her and her husband? I was like...
I don't think so. We were talking about Liam.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were... Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we were talking about Liam because he was having trouble falling asleep. Amazing.
Oh, I see. Well, there you go. I guess, yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock your time, so...
Yeah, it was his bedtime right before I got here, which is why I was shoving pizza in my mouth before I got on stream.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Yep, so you got to see me, like, dancing, getting ready.
I did. You were, like popping along to whatever you were listening to. I don't know what it was. It might have just been in your head. I'm not too sure.
It was just in my head.
We've got a crazy host here, guys. It's this one. Hold on. Right there. That's the one. Yeah.
Hi. It's me. Oh, boy.
Anyways.
Well, we have a lot of friends in the chat already. Lots of people to see us both get completely embarrassed for various reasons.
I think I'll be more embarrassed than you will. I'm already, like, stressing out and, like... I'm not going to show you, but my hand is shaking.
Really?
It's like... Oh, yeah.
It's not scary.
It's nerve-wracking.
Huw,
no, it's not that. It's the fact that I don't know what these questions are going to be.
Oh, they're not.
It's like getting a test in high school where you're just waiting and you hope you studied everything right. But I didn't actually study for this one, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I literally did nothing to prepare you.
I know. You gave me live reactions to the questions that were coming in, and like, that's a good one, huh? And I was like, oh.
Yeah. So for the folks watching, Huw and I were on Discord last night, just hanging out, chatting, and questions were coming in, and I was writing them down in my little notebook, and I was like cackling at some of them because some of them were just so good. So why don't we go ahead and get to some questions, shall we?
Okay, why not? Let's get it over with. In a good way.
I'm gonna just for that, I'm gonna make this last forever.
Thank God I'm not working tomorrow. Thank God I'm not working.
Oh Lordy. Okay. No, it's fine. I'm not gonna do anything mean to you. Okay.
I'm hyped.
So, Professor Hotchkiss got the blank quote. Congratulations, you got my Easter egg. Okay, so first of all, are a bunch of questions just from me because
okay, sweet.
Like I told you personally, I just don't know you.
Well, here I am.
I know. So, I'm just a little curious how you actually got into the Nancy Drew games. Like, how were you introduced?
Way back in 2005, and this is the story that I'm pretty sure is real. This is the one I've been telling for the last few years, and it makes up, like, it lines up with the timeline in my head. 2005, we were living in our old city before we moved here, and for context, I was 4 years old at the time.
Okay.
And our babysitter had us over, and she was playing Stay Tuned for Danger, and the only memory I've got is the scene where you're trying to like lower the ladder down on the stage, and Nancy's like, it's stuck, and then like you put the oil on and climb up the ladder and walk along the catwalk. But for me, I was, being the young kid that I was, I saw it and I thought it was like, I don't know what it was. I thought it was some spy base like underground or whatever or something. I was like, what is going on? And my babysitter was like, yeah, it's this game called Nancy Drew, and there's a whole bunch of them, and I think a few weeks later, she gave me like a whole stack of them. I've got somewhere in my desk here, I've got all the original games that she gave me.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it was brilliant. So that was my first intro to the games, was Stay Tuned for Danger.
Oh my gosh, how cool.
Yeah, not too bad.
So what made you start your channel then?
Originally I was inspired by Argo Fumf, as a lot of people were, because I didn't realize this was back when YouTube was still pretty young, because I think it only started in like 2006, and
2005.
Was it 5? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And so for me, I was just like, oh, that's so cool, and I love the games, and I love to try and share my love of the games too. But as a 9-year-old kid, it's just like doesn't quite work out. And coming from a family that didn't have tons of money, the laptop that we had, the family laptop, was pretty shoddy, and any screen recording software that I knew about either didn't record audio, didn't record video, or would record video in a super, super, super laggy format. And it was just, I remember being in tears one night because I was so frustrated that it would not record. And then I just didn't, it was awful, I know, yeah. So I just didn't bother trying to record the games for years. And then 2015, it was like just after Christmas, I think it was December 26th or December 27th of 2015. I thought, well, I'll just do it for Secrets and Kill, just see what happens, just put it out there and do it for fun. And that's what happened. And
at age 9?
No, sorry, in 2015.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Age 9, I was crying in a corner because I couldn't record them. Age 15, I was laughing because I could.
That's amazing. I love that.
Not too bad. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. So you've been doing this for quite some time.
It's going to be 8 years this winter, which is nuts.
Wow. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
That's incredible. Yeah. I don't know how long I've been subscribed to you, but it's been quite some time as well.
That's awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah. So actually, let me tell this story real quick.
I can't wait to hear it.
Oh my goodness. So I don't know if you watched my episode with Jetpack, but
I did actually. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember how I was telling her that I have with you kind of? Hold on. That music is getting a little loud. This is your study mix, by the way.
Hey! Yeah. I saw you were playing that for Jetpacks. I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
I've chosen this one every time. This is like my favorite. So I have with you kind of what like Morgan always says to Jetpack about how she like stalked her. That's kind of how I felt with you. So like years ago, I don't even know how many years ago, okay? Like years ago,
so funny.
My sister was like, oh yeah, I really like Argo Thump. And I was like, okay, like valid. However, I really like this other guy.
Oh, thank you so much.
There's this like kid, I swear, who like he must be an actual child, but I really like what he does. This was years ago, and I was like, I like every like he seems to have all this like insider information, and it's just his content is so good. So I sent her your page.
Oh my word, that's so funny.
So long ago. So I've been following you for a long time, and then. What is this flashback to like what 2-3 months ago? I just randomly reached out to you and I was like, "Hey, can you help me?"
Was it really? Wow, I thought it was more recent than that.
Was it? I don't know. April
1st was ages ago, but that feels like not that long ago. So I don't know.
I don't remember
the time blurring between April 1st and now. Is the exact same as when COVID first hit compared to when COVID ended.
No, but literally though.
It's such a blur. I can't, place dates to save my life.
I know. It went like January, February, March.
Yeah, I know. It's that fast. Yeah. Oh my word.
It must have been sometime in April or maybe early May because I started streaming in April.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it must have been then, yeah.
Interesting. Only somewhat related to the things that were happening with Her Interactive because I had already planned on doing it, but like for the people who don't know us, I messaged you for like IT help. He is literally my IT guy. I went to him for help with streaming, and he taught me everything he knows, and then I threw it all out the window and did my own thing. But thank you
that's
anyway.
the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it. Because if you copy someone else exactly, then you know you may have learned something, but if you do it yourself, then
yeah. I mean, I learned a lot from you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then you then took it to practical use and went with another program.
I know. Yeah. I was like, okay, so he taught me how to use OBS, but like, let's just toss that aside.
You should have heard me and Liv the other night. I was trying to teach her how to use OBS too, but she was using Streamlabs, and Ricky was there. She's like, well, I use OBS. And I was like, oh, okay, well, Ricky's going to understand what I'm talking about. But
I thought Ricky uses Streamlabs too.
No, she uses OBS.
Traitor.
I know. I think you're the traitor. You took my insider knowledge and went the other way.
I'm sorry. It really, like, OBS owns Streamlabs, so everything translated really nicely.
Yeah.
So I just...
For sure.
It's, anyway, you know what? Next question. So let's get me off the hot seat here. So I am really curious about the book that you have available on Amazon. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. Yeah, that was... I don't know what started... Oh, you know what it was? It was way back in the day. I thought, as a fun little Photoshop project, I'd love to recreate the book, How to Be a Detective from Alibi and Ashes, and just kind of, have a little booklet that, you just have in your desk or whatever. And I got the front cover and the back cover and like the table of contents page made. And then that's just kind of where it stopped, because I didn't really know if I was going to want to include the pages from like the previous games, like kind of Curse or Water's Edge, so on and so forth, because they've all got different ones going as far back as Danger by Design. And it kind of... I kind of put that on the back burner for a while, and then I thought, how's it going, mate?
We have a visitor.
I love it. It's great.
John,
great to meet you, man.
Would you like some tea to spill?
No.
Okay.
There's electronics out. No.
Sorry, so you were saying?
Yeah.
I'm just here.
I love it. It's great. No, I can't remember why I decided to write the book, but I've got like a Word document of like all the puzzles and mini games that I thought I wanted to include in the book. And I don't actually own like a proper copy myself. I've got a few like work in progress copies. I'll pull one out here.
Really?
This is like the most recent one. So like it says not for resale on it, and I've got a bunch of like handwritten notes inside. Oh, there was one there. Maybe not. But either way, like this is not a fully up-to-date version, but it just kind of... It was like the ultimate strategy guide for me. It didn't tell you how to beat the games, but there's like tips in there for solving puzzles and completing mini games and stuff. And
amazing. I'm gonna buy it.
It's it's something. I mean, it's a lot more expensive than I'd like it to be.
Really?
I'll tell you that. Yeah, because
you weren't able to make it like
no,
your
because
own?
Amazon's pricing thing is a bit weird. So the amount that they say I can charge, the minimum amount is, I'm being serious, it's maybe $50 under what the retail price is. So the margins are so thin for me. But it's what it is. But it's a good book and I'm happy about it. So
that's a good question. Have you ever considered making a digital version?
It is digital. Yeah, you can buy it for $10 on Kindle, and that is less exciting because I like physical books more than digital ones. But at least if you have the digital one, then you can just pull out your tablet and it's right there. So yeah.
That's really cool. So speaking of merch, you stole my book.
Yeah, I did.
So, do you have like a favorite piece of merch of yours that you've made? Like book aside now, like
for sure.
What is that?
Yeah, no, my favorite one is the I think it's the MB High Flyers or something like that. MB Aviation. I don't know what it is. The poster from. This is incredible content. It's the poster from Game 7, but
Okay.
I recreated it in a different art style, so it's not like super photorealistic
Mhm.
compared to the one that was originally used.
Is that on your website now?
It's on my Teespring. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And I
I'm
know
gonna
Squid's in
pull
the
it up.
chat. So Squid, don't fire me because of that one. Not that I'm working for you or anything, but yeah.
What?
No, I'm not. I promise you, I'm not.
What?
It's impossible. I'm working on my portfolio to work for Her Interactive, but I don't actually work for Her Interactive.
Ask him.
Where in Canada are you from? I'm just here.
No, you're great, man. I'm in British Columbia.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a typical American, and I don't know where anything is in Canada. But Canada looks cool. We were talking
It is
about
lovely.
Canada earlier, actually, weren't we?
Fantastic.
Yeah, like healthcare. Anyway.
I was like, hey, guess
Oh
what?
yeah, we were talking
This
about that. That's right,
conversation we had today, yeah.
yeah, that was a conversation and a half that I think it was something. It was something.
Oh, this
Your
is
thing
so
is a lot smaller of
good.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's so good. Okay, I don't know. Hold on. I don't know if I can show the folks.
Oh, that looks great.
That's the one. Yeah.
That's actually
And
cool.
again,
I love that art style.
Yeah,
Why
that's
am I
really
here?
cool. I don't know. Ah, I really messed it up. Okay, there we go.
No,
Okay,
you're good.
so then, do you have a favorite piece of merch from like other creators that you've purchased?
yes.
Lemon Pepper Creations makes
No,
fun.
hush, hush.
No, for me, it's
I
actually
believe
the attic key, and the attic key and
Yes.
the Captain's Cove token,
Yeah.
because I am such a
love
huge
it.
sucker for real life.
Yeah,
I'm
those
such a
are
huge sucker
amazing.
for real life props. Yeah.
I am obsessed with the key. Like,
Mhm.
obsessed. I got it, and my husband was also obsessed, and he was like, can
Nice.
you just, like, message her and ask her how she made it? He was, like, so intrigued. He was like, how did she do it? So I was like, I mean, I doubt she actually made it herself. So I messaged her, and she's like, I am no metalsmith.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Oh yeah,
know.
no, I think she got I think the same company she gets her pins, like all her metal products, I think come from the same company. I don't know what that company is.
I don't know. Clearly, I have to find out for John, because he just wants to make things now again. He thought it was so cool.
It is so cool though.
It's
It's
so
awesome.
I know.
Like when I saw
love
it, I nearly exploded. I was at work and I couldn't tell anybody because no one at work understands. And I'm not going to like go to a customer and be like, "You'll never believe this," and show them and be like, "No, it's not going to happen." But
I mean, you could. It just wouldn't go over well.
they'd be like, "Oh, great! Can you help me find a toy for my 1-year-old?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah, right there." You know, that's how it would go. But,
Amazing.
yeah.
What about like merch that you haven't purchased yet? Is there something that's on your wish list?
Well, there's a lot of things on my wish list. I mean, really, just because I've really become good friends with so many other creators over the last couple months.
Yeah.
I really want to promote or support as many as I can.
Yeah.
I've also got an issue with buying Lego over anything else,
Mm,
and that tends to take up a lot of my money, which is
I
great.
understand. Mhm.
You know, so yeah, that's I would say pretty much anyone I haven't bought from that I'm aware of that makes merch,
Mhm.
they're on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that
So-
Lemon Pepper Creations girl.
she's definitely up there, definitely up on the list for sure.
I'm sorry. I don't want to put any pressure on you.
No, yeah, seriously, like it's definitely on the list of things to go and check out. However, in some cases, and I'm gonna throw you under the bus here, one of the reasons I've been hesitant with some stores is because shipping costs to Canada for something as thin as a sticker feel a little bit
Disgusting.
high.
It's
Because
disgusting. I know.
Other stores I have seen their prices be like a maximum of $3 for shipping.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like one of the biggest hesitancies for me.
Yeah. I
Not
am actually,
not to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy.
No, actually, it's a huge problem. So I've actually had like an uptick in international purchases lately,
Right.
and I've always let Etsy do their thing, and I tell them how I package it, like what I package it in, and then they make the prices for me. But I've been really upset with how much they've been charging people for the international shipping. So I actually recently turned it off for the moment, and I'm going to revamp the entire store so that I can make it cheaper, because it just makes me sick. Like,
well, when I don't really want to spend like $22 in shipping for an item that's worth about $5.
I know, it's horrible. I felt so bad because somebody purchased one of my Shadow Ranch rings, which are literally worth like $10, and paid $35 for shipping to get it to Australia. And I was like, oh, I wanted to throw up. It was horrible.
It's something, isn't it? Yeah.
It's so bad.
Shipping into the States, it tends to be a bit better. Like, I know just because of my knowledge from shipping things out to the States from the store, we can ship a package for like $10, and then we can ship the same package within Canada, and it's like double the price. So I can't figure out shipping costs. I hate it.
I wish I knew.
And also the exchange rate is another thorn in my side, because your American dollar is worth 30 cents more than our Canadian dollar.
Yeah, you were telling me that today.
Difference.
That's so crazy. I know. It's just something that's been really frustrating to me lately, and I promise you, it is on my to-do list to fix it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not a problem at all.
So, switching gears here. I have several topics that I want to hit tonight. And one of them is, will you ever play a game with me on stream?
What? I'm not going to lie. I originally thought that's what this was going to be.
No.
And so the answer is obviously yes.
Yes.
For sure.
So which one is it, and why is it Trail of the Twister?
Because that's the one that I will play and then probably mute my mic, turn off my camera, and go do literally anything else. And then
I know. But seriously though, what would you like to play?
Anything but Trail of Twister.
Okay.
Anything but Trail of Twister would probably be all right with me.
Yeah.
I think I'm fine with almost any other one.
Well, you can choose and let me know. I have some games that are already taken. Yeah.
Well, get me that list, and then we'll go from there. Perfect.
I will. I'll give you that list. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about some of my hot topics for tonight. Let's talk about Elka.
Yeah. Go on.
I have nothing to say. I'm waiting on you.
Elka is the best character from the new game, and I like her a lot. And that's about it.
Yeah. I specifically dressed in casual Elka attire.
I've got my Coco Kringle merch on today.
Yes, so I love it. There we go. So
should have worn my Mystery the Seven Keys shirt, but I'll do that for tomorrow's stream.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So I basically the moment that they released her character video, I became immediately obsessed with her. And
me too. Yeah.
Just bought the shirt that day, and I was like, "Yes, let's go." We needed totally. An awesome techie girly, so I'm so down.
Well, see, when it came out, I just obsessively watched that video over and over and over because I could not wrap my head around how good the animation was compared to mid. Oh. The hair animation, the facial animation, the movement, everything was so smooth.
Flip? Oh, it's so good.
I still am blown away that it is that quality of animation compared to what we got in mid. I was so excited, and I'm so glad my boss didn't come into work that day because I was just watching it over and over and over. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so good.
It was so good. Oh. That day was top tier.
That day was nuts. Yeah.
Oh, what a great day.
Something. It was a brilliant day. Absolutely.
Yeah. That day and the day when Radek was released, that was a good day too.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Well, just being able to like again hear a voice actor and then have the animation shown off, and it was again really
So
smooth and
good. It was
oh, it was
so
just
good.
fantastic.
Even like
Yeah.
his eyebrow movements, and I was like,
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Well, and the same thing with Elka.
Yeah.
Like just having the facial expressions be expressive and not look like their mouth is so like dehydrated and pursed like in Midnight in Salem. Like I'm dead serious. Like I just think of Tegan Paris, and you're
Oh.
trying to talk to her, and her mouth is so stiff the entire time. But nah, not these guys, dude. It's brilliant.
I know.
It's,
I'm so excited. I have
it's
so
so
like my
great.
hopes are like all the way up there. Like I have such high hopes.
Because every day, and I haven't even done my video yet on yesterday's video that came out, but
Yeah, we're still waiting.
every new bit of info that comes out, I'm just like, I'm waiting for the thing that's gonna be annoying to me, and
Yeah.
nothing has shown up yet. You
Yeah,
know?
same. I know.
It's great.
I know. Still waiting on Hans though, according to Gooba and Jetpack. So
We heard him,
listen.
so that's okay.
I know that Brigella and Squid are both here, so guys.
I know.
Oh.
I think we're gonna get him pretty soon. If he will end up being a physical character at all, he could just be a phone character,
He might.
which could be interesting.
Yeah, there have been so many theories thrown around. I don't know what to think. I'm not
Yeah.
making any theories for myself because, like, I'll be wrong. You know, it's just not worth it. I'm just gonna wait and see.
No, that's totally fair for sure. Yeah, no, I'm so curious to see what's gonna happen. I'm super excited and every day anticipating. I had a dream last night, and I put this on Threads, which I still hate Threads, by the way. I put this on Threads that I had a dream that Her Interactive showed off the main menu for Mystery of the Seven Keys, and for some reason, the entire game, in their words, in their marketing words, they said the game was about this thing that made Castle Malloy famous, and not the game, like the actual like building Castle Malloy, and for some reason they meant World War II, and I was just like, why are they making a game on World War II? Like that's a bit weird.
Weird.
And then like the art style of the game, I said it looked like Hearthstone on Threads, but it was like a mixture of Hearthstone with like Escape Simulator.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is so weird. And then I woke up and I was like, my first thought in my head was that the shot where they're showing off like the new camera feature in the game. They're showing like all the courtyard, and I was like, that was the first thing in my head. I was like, okay, it was just a dream.
Yeah.
It was just a terrible dream. Just awful.
I mean, who among us hasn't had a dream about a Nancy Drew game?
I have had so many dreams in the last year, 2 years about a new game.
Yeah.
In some cases, Creature of Kapu Cave 2.
Really?
Yeah, that was one. That was a good one. I had a dream once that Penny Milliken announced that they were going to make a new mystery adventure series called Charlotte something, and I don't know why, but she announced it like on a stage in front of everybody. It was like the weirdest thing.
Wow.
And that was, and yeah,
that's intense.
Funky dreams, man.
That's so funny. Wow.
Yeah,
I had a
it's
dream about Midnight in Salem once. Like before Midnight in Salem came out and we were just anticipating it coming out, I remember having this crazy dream that like me and my sister got it because we would always like get the games for Christmas and then play them together.
Right. Yeah.
Or like her birthday. So when it was like 2 a year, it was perfect. She would get one for her birthday and then one for Christmas.
Right.
And we would play. It was perfect. Anyway, so I had this dream that we got the new game. And I was like, oh, yes, it's time. And then the game was like so dark and creepy. And we like went into this haunted house and it was just chilling. And I was like, wow,
so the exact opposite of what shipped. Yeah. Oh, that's so discouraging.
I know. It was a cool
That sucks. Oh, that's really too bad.
Yeah. Oh, well. I mean, we have high hopes for the next one.
That is true. That's very true.
Yeah. Did you see? I don't know if you can see the chat. No, you probably can't.
I've got it open on my other monitor here, and I just saw Charity say something about taking notes.
Yeah, Squid lives for the fan theories. So.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh
yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Everyone here, tell Squid all your theories.
It's gonna be great. She'll have a full inbox of theories.
I love it. So, okay, so let's go back in time to the 90s. I know you weren't alive yet.
Didn't exist.
Let's
Parents
go back
might not have been married.
time.
Who knows? Yeah.
And let's talk about Mackenzie and Co. I know you've played
Yes.
it. I haven't
played
played it. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
It is one of the weirdest games ever, and the history of Mackenzie and Company is very interesting. So at the time, Her Interactive's despite what you may see on the internet, Her Interactive actually started in 1994 and not 1995.
Okay.
They launched Mackenzie and Company in 1995, but the company did have a start date in 94.
Sure, yeah. I mean, they had to produce it before it came out.
Well, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So they put filmed the game because it was a full motion video game.
Yeah.
So they had all these scenes that were filmed with real actors, and they had and back in the day when it was all on real film reels instead of digital, because that was a thing.
It was a thing, yeah.
It was a thing, yeah. And so they had all the footage. They didn't have a script. They didn't have production notes, I think it was, or something. And Charity might be able to back me up on this one. She probably knows more, remembers more than I do. They had nothing, and so they called in or brought in a woman called Sherry, and she was supposed to basically lead the team to put the game together. And they had a very controversial boss at the time who was very particular about things, and from what I've read, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of really some kind of stuff going on in her life that caused these crazy mood swings.
Sure, yeah.
And so she'd be really great with Sherry one day and then really bad the next day. And then I'm just giving you a history of Mackenzie and Co. Mackenzie and Co. just because I can't be bothered to talk about it any other way. And so there's this whole thing that happened, and they ended up putting development quotes. So as they were working the game, someone would say something, "Oh, that's funny, let's write it down, put it in the game." And they just put it in the game's files, and fans found that after the game shipped, and CEO was just livid about it, and actually didn't even give Sherry credit during the launch party, which was something. But if Sherry hadn't come in to sort the game out, the game wouldn't have come out probably at all. It would have either been that, it would have come out a mess, or Her Interactive would have just gone under.
And we would have never had the lives that we have now.
Yeah. Mackenzie and Company was the first game that saved the company, and then the Vampire Diaries was the second game to save the company, and then Nancy Drew was the third game to really save the company. Right. But Mackenzie and Company is a game that was made in, I think it was Adobe Director or whatever it's called. It's Fusion Director. I don't know what it was. It was some really it was like Adobe Flash in a way.
That's primitive.
So primitive.
Yeah.
And I was just what? And so it's this really weird game that has 5 discs, if you can believe it or not, instead of 2. And it's got this weird set of storylines about being these high school girls looking for dates to the dance or prom or whatever it was. And they've got one guy who plays all the teachers in the cast or something, and it's a weird game. It's a really, really strange game, but it's really cool because when they shipped out, I've got the game over there. When they shipped it out, it came with all this extra stuff. So there was a little, the manual was in the style of a yearbook, and there was an extra music CD, and there was a whole a coupon you could send in to get a little makeup kit, and a coupon to get the add-on for $10 off or something. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It was really sweet, right? And so yeah, that's basically it. But it was
cool.
It was just this really weird game that was super successful and put Her Interactive on the map. Pretty much.
I want it so bad. I've been trying to find it for so long. It popped up once for $100, and I was just too broke to get it at that point. Then it was gone, and I was one day.
I paid more than I wanted to for mine, but mine had everything that I wanted inside of
Right,
it.
yeah.
And then Charity bought my other copy. So
Yeah.
sorry to out you there, Charity, but you know,
That's
I'm glad
okay.
that someone else has it that wants it. So
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I'm glad that like the people who are wanting these things are getting these things, you know, like
yeah, totally.
like collectors. It's not like people are selling them to flip them, you know, like because that's what happens in a lot of like, oh, this game is super rare. Let me go sell it for $3,000. I'm talking about you, Vampire Diaries.
I was gonna say only the Vampire Diaries will do that, and it's so annoying because I still need that as a physical copy. And then
yeah. Oh, I don't have the physical copy. I have played it digitally, like I emulated it, like you did.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was. It's some kind of game too. But again, that game, you know, this is like a whole tangent here, but it paved the way for what Nancy Drew became.
Yes.
And it was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh my goodness. Let's talk about the Vampire Diaries. What a phenomenal game.
It is
wild from start to finish.
It's so weird. It's
wild.
Yeah, I desperately would love to get my hands on like the original source files for everything in that game because I just want to see everything and that was a weird game. That is
Oh, it's so good though. It's so good because it's so weird.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
It's a sign of the times, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I had such a great time. I streamed that one. That was my intro to streaming. I did a 2-part series on that game, and I was like, this is just the best place to start streaming is with the oldest game possible that I have to emulate with DOSBox.
Yep. It's fantastic.
But I did it. I made it work. But like, oh my goodness, it's just so crazy. Like, I actually really like the like real actor turned into a cartoon thing. It's so
it was
odd.
Like it was so weird because all the camera angles were weird, and so they would have it like horizontal sometimes.
Sometimes they're standing like this.
Horizontal. Exactly, yeah. And like what was it, Stefan? He's all like, let's see if I can do this here. He's like this, right? And just like it was so disorienting. And then they had to like animate the background scenes to be the exact same way. Otherwise he would have just been standing like this. Yeah. Oh, it was a time.
It was so crazy. Oh my goodness. I know. But I really liked it. I just thought it was just grainy 90s goodness. Like, just so wonderful.
1996, dude. That was
my childhood. That was the year I was born, so.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Just as old as all the games.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God. So, yeah, what a fun game. I had such a great time playing that one. Like, I played it several years ago. And then I streamed it. So, like, I knew what was coming when I streamed it. But that didn't stop me from absolutely breaking the game. Oh, it was awful.
Oh, fantastic.
All right, so let's take a little break from questions. And
I know what's coming.
Let's torture Huw a little bit. Okay, so I have, for those of you who are new to my channel, I have a little game that I like to play with my guests called Kiss, Marry, Kill. No, wait, what is it? Marry,
it's
Kiss.
Marry, Kill.
Fight, Marry, Kiss. It's Fight, Marry, Kiss. Sorry, I don't even know my own
Fight,
game.
Marry, Kill is like super violent.
Yeah, it's like so many evil things. No, it's Fight, Marry, Kiss. Okay, so I have this little game called Fight, Marry, Kiss. And I did not make this game up, but I have 3 picker wheels. I have 1 with every single Nancy Drew character. I went in just like 2 days ago and I added phone characters.
Oh my goodness.
So that, and new characters. So
does phone characters include Eustacia and Drop Off?
Yes.
Thank God.
I know, I love her. So all the characters, then I have all the male characters and then all the female characters. Which wheel would you like?
Let's start with all the characters.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen.
Johanna's so stoked. Love it.
All right, we are in... Which one are we in?
Wait, am I supposed to see it, or am I just gonna...
I'm just gonna read it to you.
Okay, perfect.
I didn't select to share anything with you, so you're just gonna be surprised.
Okay, good.
Oh, wait, I'm looking at the female one. Hold on. All Nancy Drew characters open. Okay, this is a huge list. It has 191 characters in it. So, I'm gonna spin it.
All right. 191. Wow.
Yeah. And that's not including, like, Helena Berg. Let's see.
Oh, Helena Berg. Okay, yeah, I didn't think about that one. I was like, who is Helena? That's right.
Venice.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't include some, like, mentioned characters. Guadalupe Camillo.
Okay.
This is a good one.
Oh.
And finally, Wade Thornton.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, this is so tough. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing about Wade, right? I wouldn't want to fight him because I wouldn't win unless I had like a hockey stick or something.
Oh no, he would take any of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, nobody said you had to fight and win.
I know. I would probably fight Guadalupe because she drives me mental in the game, and I never talk to her.
Yeah.
I'd probably kiss Wade and marry Helena. I don't know. Either that or the other way around, but yeah.
So good.
Oh, that is so weird.
Sammy says this is the reason she's here.
Hope you enjoyed that, Sammy. That was rough. That one.
So good. Okay, well,
Man.
we'll give you a few more questions, and then we'll play it again.
All right.
Okay. So these are now questions that were viewer submitted. So.
Ooh, the fun ones.
Yes. So our first question is, if you could live in any of the Nancy Drew games, which one would it be and why?
Alibi and Ashes, because River Heights is a tiny town and it's adorable and it looks so good, and
it's got Pancake City.
It's got Pancake City. It's got Mabel Roses. It's got Wardenclyffe Antiques.
Yeah, what more can you need? You have Scoop.
Scoop. I got Scoop. I've got Brenda roaming around somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe roaming around a jail cell.
Under the ground, probably.
Yeah, or under the ground. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would probably have to be River Heights. It just seems so much like my town, but way smaller, and I love it.
Yeah, more mysterious.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Nancy, Ned, Bess, George, Deirdre, they're all there, so it's fantastic.
Yeah. So the next one, they actually asked us both to answer this one.
Okay.
They want to know if we could switch places with any character in the games, who would it be?
Ooh, now that's a question. Ooh, that's a brilliant question.
Yeah, I know. Do you need to think about that for a moment?
Does it count for me to say, like, Frank and Joe in the Creature of Kabu Cave to just go surfing and solve mysteries?
That's perfect, yeah.
Then I'm going to choose that one. That's going to be the one.
That makes perfect sense, because what a life.
I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, you got to just stay in Hawaii and sleuth and surf.
Yes, sleuthing and
surfing.
surfing.
It's fantastic.
Sleuthing and surfing sounds like a t-shirt.
It would be a t-shirt. It would be a t-shirt and a mug and like a door sign.
Yes. Yeah. I like that.
Actually, that'd be a pillow too, come to think of it.
Yeah. Could be anything. Could be a sticker, could be a tumbler.
Yeah. It could be anything. Sleuthing and surfing.
I love it. I'll have to make that. So perfect. I guess I kind of answered this in one of my other episodes. I would 100% switch places with Lily Crew from Tomb of the Lost Queen.
Interesting,
because ever since I was 5 years old, I've been obsessed with ancient Egypt.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, I played Carmen Sandiego, Great Chase Through Time. And the very first level is you go back in time to meet Queen Hatshepsut and help her mummify her husband. And
okay, cool.
5-year-old me thought that was the absolute coolest thing ever. And I was like, probably the only 5-year-old you'll ever hear about that like would look up how to mummify things. So
okay.
I had like a hot second during
Yeah.
college where I seriously considered leaving graphic design
Really?
and going into history. And then, like, moving forward,
But you
getting
can't actually go back into history. History happened. That's
No,
got to
no,
stay
no.
in the
Go
book.
into like get my degree.
I know
in
what you
history.
mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
And like get my doctorate in Egyptology because I wanted
Yeah.
to become a archaeologist because it's been like a lifelong
that's
thing.
awesome.
But I didn't.
That's so awesome. Well, here you are.
Yeah.
You're doing Nancy Drew instead. So
Yeah, I'm living
not
every
too bad.
life.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yes, excellent. So, the next question is really interesting.
Okay.
If you could be any of the culprits in a Nancy Drew game,
Oh.
who would it be, and what would you change about their story to win the game?
Oh my god.
I know, that one's really hard. I'm just gonna sit back and drink my tea.
Wow. Okay.
I know, it's a hard one.
Wow. Okay, you know what I would do? I would probably Okay, I would maybe be Rentaro.
Okay.
Rentaro, whatever you want to call him. Because I think that while his actions obviously were, not great, and they kind of fed not great intentions, his core intentions of just wanting Miwako to be happy and not feel so stuck with the Ryokan. I think I think that would probably be the one, because I think what he, obviously he could have probably done without trying to spook everybody out of the Ryokan, but at the same time he was a bit of a funky character who was awkward, and despite the fact that he's known Miwako his whole life, or most of his life, still didn't quite have everything he needed to. I think he was just the wrong match for her.
Yeah.
In the end, and so I think ultimately it was him not being able to see that really caused a lot of the negative things that he did and felt in the game. So I would say probably Rentaro, and just stop dating Miwako. Because then that way he could literally, because Japan, for anyone that doesn't know, is a super populated place. There are so many other people that aren't Miwako that he could probably do way better with. So
he was like, there are plenty of fish in the sea, Rentaro.
And I didn't want to word it exactly like that, but you said it, not me. So those are your words, not mine.
Yeah.
But no, pretty much that's the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Yeah, that's so funny. That's a really good answer. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that would be the one.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that. That's really good. Oh, hi, Kitty. Salem's here.
Oh, it's a cat. It's a cat. Is it a robotic cat? Can you tell it?
No,
can you tell it mate and it just like shuts down?
Salem tate. So, you're gonna like this next one. This one is catered to you. If you could make a Lego set based on a Nancy Drew game, what would it be and what would it look like?
Excluding the one I did for Danger by Design.
You did one?
I did do one. Yeah,
When
was
this?
sweet. I showed it off in my Danger by Design stream, but I worked on it for about a year and a half. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Let's say
I'll watch the replay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I've already done that one. So let's say excluding Danger by Design.
Okay.
Excluding Danger by Design. You know what I really want to do is the Bolé Mansion from Crystal Skull. That one is very high up on my list. I would love to do the Bolé Mansion with the garden out back, and maybe a couple of the crypts and like gravestones or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that would just be like such an awesome set to have, because it'd be a beautiful display piece in front, and then like everything on the inside, and then the gardens out. It'd just be awesome. That'd be the one for sure.
So cool. Oh man,
Yeah.
if I could buy Lego sets of Nancy, I would be broke. I am already broke, but I would be broker than I am.
Oh man, if Lego made Nancy Drew sets and Halo sets, I probably would never buy Lego Star Wars again. I'd be so thrilled.
Wow. Do you have like a favorite Lego set?
Favorite Lego set? Yeah, it's not up here right now, otherwise I'd show it off. But it's the really massive Millennium Falcon from Star Wars.
Oh, that is so rad.
That's the one that I've got, and it's just so cool. It's like 30 pounds, and you could probably do some big damage with it, but it's really, really awesome.
So freaking cool. The Lego store near me had it on display for a while, and it was amazing.
It's so cool. It's so detailed, and I love it to death.
Yeah.
Although that being said, one of the best sets I ever did build that I don't own was the grand piano. That was such a phenomenal set.
Really?
And
that's so cool.
Oh, I couldn't believe it, because like everything worked. You could like flip up the top of the piano, the lid of the piano. You could take the keys out. You could play the keys. You could press the at least one of the dampers. It just, as a building experience, it was one of the greatest builds. It might even be the greatest build I've ever done. It was so amazing.
That's so cool. I love it.
Absolutely.
So back to Nancy Drew. Who do you think is the most underrated character?
Oh, in the entire series. Wow.
I know. They did not go easy on you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
Viewers held nothing back.
Part of I know, right? Yeah. Part of me wants to say Joy Trent.
Okay.
Because she's like, and I mentioned this when I was doing the Vote for Holtz character ranking video with them like a couple years ago. Joy Trent is, a bit of a whiny person.
Yeah.
But I really think that throughout the entire game, I really think that her character arc is really well written, and I don't always enjoy talking to her, but I think that I thought that she was just a well-developed character that has very understandable qualities for what she's done and who she is and how she behaves and works. And I would probably, I would have to really think about that one to give you a real good answer, but as of right now, I would probably say Joy Trent.
That's a cool answer. Yeah, I would have never expected that.
I know it is a bit of a left field answer, but it's that's the one I'm going with.
That's okay. So then, if you could swap two characters from any games, like any Nancy Drew games, rather, who would you swap? Who would be better in another game?
Oh man. Oh, good golly. How about we swap? Oh my goodness. How about we swap Sunny June with Alejandro Del Rio?
Oh wow.
Because
yes,
Scarlet Hand was the first game that Sunny June was legitimately hinted at.
Yes.
And I love the fact that he was a little Easter egg that just, carried on throughout the games. I think it's so great. But it would have been interesting if he wasn't an Easter egg and if he was just a character that you got to talk to. And, it may not have been exactly how we know him. He may not have been an intern, but his quirkiness, I think, could have been a really interesting addition to the game.
Sure, yeah.
Despite the fact that there are some quirky characters in there already, I think it would have been interesting.
Yeah, I love the characters in that game. And having Sunny would have been amazing.
No, yeah, I think it would have been really cool. Because I'm just curious what he would have looked like had they made him a character back then. And
That's a good question.
It would have been interesting because then in that, if they did make him a character, there's a chance he may have become one of the recurring characters throughout the series as well, just like he is now. But
it would have been different though, and I would have appreciated that.
Yeah, exactly, right? Oh, totally.
Because I'm like proper obsessed with Sunny June.
I love Sunny. Yeah. Well, here's the. No, for sure. Yeah. Well, here's the biggest issue I have with Sunny in the Shadow Medallion, and it's his visuals, because I think his voice, I actually thought his voice was really good. And I thought that the voice actor was a great choice. Jamal Fahim did an amazing job.
Love him.
And I think they nailed it. His character concept art was beautiful. The illustration of the cover art was lovely.
Oh my gosh, so good.
He just looks like my woodshop teacher, which is really unfortunate.
Oh no!
No offense to my woodshop teacher. You're a great guy, and you know that. I literally saw you yesterday. But when I first saw him, Sunny June, was like, oh my god, that's just my woodshop teacher.
Did he have blue hair?
No, but like the same like face structure and like almost the same hair length and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have I told you the story of how much I love Sunny June? Have you heard my fan theory about Sunny June?
No, you have. No, I haven't. No, I have not.
Should I share it here?
It's up to you. How long is it going to be?
I don't know. It's pretty quick. Well.
Yeah, well, go ahead then. Go ahead. I'd love to hear it.
So I just sent this in one of the group chats that I know you aren't in, but so I know that a lot of people do know this. But as far as I'm concerned, this isn't a fan theory. This is 100% canon. So Squid loves this theory so much. Yes. So my theory goes back to Danger by Design. As everyone knows, Sunny June was an intern for Minette, and big major spoilers for Danger by Design. So if you haven't played it, like, plug your ears right now, go la la la. So at the end, as we all know, she has the alien tattooed to her face. And I just always knew that Sunny June would be so hot because Minette wouldn't get a drunken alien tattoo on her face if she wasn't having like a one-night stand with the hottest guy ever, okay? Like, so when Shadow Medallion came out, I was like, this makes perfect sense. This makes perfect sense because Minette would totally go for him.
Of course.
Yeah. So that I read between the lines, like what was it that I said? I read between the lines like the craziest fan fiction ever. But, according to Squid, it is canon.
Okay, perfect. Sweet. It makes it
canon.
Yeah.
Thank you. If Squid says it's canon, it's definitely canon. Brigella hasn't done this one yet. Yeah.
Like, that makes sense, though.
No, I'm telling you. They had a little thing, and it ended a little badly for her face.
I'm so curious what the writer's opinion of that ending is. Like, how when they wrote it, how did they view it? Like, I'm curious if they actually shared the exact same thought process as that. Because it would make so much sense. There's no reason, but because it makes sense because he talks about aliens in Scarlet Hand.
Yes, he's always talking about aliens.
And without knowing that, that lines up. That works.
I know.
I'm
telling you, it's canon. Squid said
I'll take it.
It's canon.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Brigella says, okay, but why would Sunny like Minette? What does she have to offer? She's not really a fun time. I don't know.
I don't know if he would like her. I think it would be more like she just likes him and he was like the guy that was just like, yeah, just come out for a few drinks with us or whatever. And then it went wild from there.
I'm telling you, it was a wild night.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great theory. That's a great theory.
Thank you. So, Squid, that's my fan theory.
I love it.
Thank you. Anyway, back to questions. Okay. Oh my gosh. We're like so behind schedule. So
I know, it's great. Yeah.
This is gonna be like a 2-hour episode.
Fantastic.
So, okay. Okay, what character has the worst background and what would you fix to make it better?
Worst background.
Yeah. Who do you hate?
Who do I hate? Oh, that's a good question. I would say I'm gonna be that, this person.
Be that person.
I'm gonna hope I get her name right.
Hold
I think
nothing
it's
back.
Elizabeth Hurst from Midnight in Salem.
Yes, from Mid.
The character that you never see, and
Yes.
the character you do not have to talk to.
Yeah.
Because honestly, just what a waste of a character.
Oh, it's such a waste.
That's just my
come on.
Like, it's just I never understood. I still don't understand why she's in the game. I think it was just to give the voice actor like another few lines, but
they were just throwing her a bone.
It's just like, just change her to be like, it doesn't work because she was there for the Austria bit.
Yeah.
And then you like wake her up in the middle of the night to give her a call about Salem stuff, and it just doesn't work. What you need to do with that character is eliminate so many other characters from the game that you don't need.
Mm-hmm.
Damien Faulkner is one of them for sure. You do not need him. I don't even know what other characters in that game. I got to play it again.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while for me too.
Yeah, I think she was a very underused character, or just a fully unnecessary character.
Yeah, I feel like they could have done a lot with her, or we didn't need her at all.
In its current state, didn't need her at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
But they could have done so much.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They could have replaced her with just a tour guide from Austria.
Yeah.
And it would have been fine. But they had to make her some kind of named character. I don't know. It just bugs me. It really irks me, that one.
I understand that one. Yeah. That makes perfect sense to me. So then, would you rather be a voice actor for an NPC or have your picture in a game? I know my answer.
Ooh. I would love both, but which one do I want more?
Like, they call you today and they say you could have one.
To be a voice actor would be brilliant, because then there's,
there's like
probably be a voice actor
if you're a voice actor.
It would probably be a voice actor.
Yeah, that's a good one. I would also choose voice actor because I want to speak into a tin can and say, "Why are there protesters in small towns?"
I could do that right now. I don't need tin cans, but I'm sure I've got one downstairs I could borrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something.
I love that character so much.
I still, because I watched I watched just that bit back in my blind playthrough just to see my reaction every once in a while. And
so good.
It was such an underwhelming reaction, but I was so flabbergasted, I didn't even know how to respond to it. I was like, what? Yeah. Okay. And then I just like moved on. I was like, that was weird.
There were so many things in that game that I felt the same about. But anyway, so
yeah, that's like another 2 hours of discussion right there.
That's a long discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's another stream entirely. So
yes.
What has been your favorite puzzle for the 34 reveal so far?
Ooh, that's a good one.
And we have like the marketing team listening in. So
I know. Let me just pull up my files and see what I've archived here, because I've archived everything. So let me take a look here.
We had some good puzzles.
One of them, the one that I really thought was unique, was the one where they hid like the 4 different images. Not hid, but put them in 4 different social media platforms. So there's like the one on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then the newsletter. I thought that was fantastic.
The Castle Malloy jetpack puzzle. Mm-hmm.
Such a fantastic puzzle. I love that one.
That one was cool.
I was intrigued by the suitcase one where they had the little icons, like the postage stamp and all that stuff, because they used wingdings. what a
So crazy.
fascinating typeface to use. And so
Yeah.
that I thought that was very unique and very clever.
Brighella says, "Don't mind us."
But the one that got me, I think the two that got me the most excited were the drop quote, the very first drop quote, because that was such an amazing puzzle solving experience, as well as the rotation cipher that I'm pretty sure Indy put together, because I was excited about that one because I saw her do it for a social media post like way back in, I think it was actually announcing that Squid was going to be the new intern.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was for. And I was just like, oh, I know this, and then just popped right in. So yeah, I think it would probably be. But yeah, I just like those ones because they were fun, and I had a good time doing them. But I would say probably the one where they hid the newsletter and the social media images. Not hidden,
that was a really cool one.
Scattered them.
Yeah,
I love that one a lot. Yeah.
If you're watching the chat, it is lit right now. Squid wants to ask a 34 related question because she's so curious. Squid, ask whatever you want, please. And let's see. She said she's glad that you loved the puzzle. Brighella says if you didn't like it, it wasn't our idea. Squid says, see the ones they love. I am going to say they were definitely our ideas.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, Squid watched your live on that one and was literally crying happy tears. Oh my goodness.
I think she messaged me on the day and was super excited about it. Yeah. I love when Squid gets so excited at the streams. I love when any of them get excited at the streams. It's like so much fun. I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. It's so great.
So
I think we did our job.
I'll just never forget the stream that you did with Carter when we were finding all of the other things. Yeah. That one was so special.
Well, that one was amazing because the beginning of it was like super exciting and then like kind of died down and brought Carter on, and then all of a sudden it just was like, oh, that was such an archaeological dig. I loved it.
So
oh my gosh.
Cool. Yeah.
And
for anyone who wasn't there, like you have to go back and watch
it would have been good like to do it, you know, like if it were just me or just Carter doing it, like that would have been like fine. But to have everybody there at once was so awesome.
It was so
cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like that. Oh, it's kind of disappointing because I think we found like everything all at once. So there's like nothing left to go find, which is too bad because it was just so awesome and it was so great. I'd love to do it again.
Good. I remember feeling really special during that one because I didn't realize you knew me. Like at all. I didn't know you knew me. So then
I've known about you for a long time. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well, you like called me out. You were like, "Oh, Susie. Oh, Lemon Pepper Creations. Yeah, I know you." And I was like, how does he know my secret identity?
Well, I think it was originally because I'm in the Nancy Drew fans Facebook group.
Yeah.
And have been for years. And
then you know me real well.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing like some of your like early posts during the pandemic. I think that's when I first figured out who you were.
I'm active in that group.
I'm way less active.
I know.
I know. I'll leave it to you.
I'm so active and I run that group now.
Yeah, you do. I know. I heard about that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I messaged the admins and I was like, "Hey, can I help you guys?" And they were like, "Yes, please." And I was like, "New sheriff in town, kicked the door in,
job
took
taken.
over." Yeah.
Get ready. It's new boss in town.
Okay, so Squid's question.
Yes.
Has just come through. She wants to know. Out of the characters they've revealed so far, Radek, Elka, Oscar, and Hans, do you think any of them have the potential to not be innocent? Please don't read into this. She's curious based off of first impressions.
Oh, off of first impressions? Okay. To not be innocent. Or to be guilty.
I guess so, yeah. She forgot the word guilty.
No, she's just being smart. She worded it exactly the way that I would have worded it, so good on you, Squid.
Good job.
Guilty. I would probably, if I had to choose, Radek.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Radek or Elka, one of the two.
Okay.
Because to me, I'm probably gonna be super wrong. And again, I don't even know if all the characters have been revealed. I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
To me, Oscar seems like he's going to be like Mason from the Deadly Device.
Okay.
Like this really like hard character that is easy to put suspicion on.
Yeah.
But he won't end up being the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hans, because we know nothing about him at all. We don't like know anything about any of the characters really.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks that he's got a slight bit of potential, but I'm not sure if it would be him.
Okay.
And then Radek, again, he could just be a friend.
Yeah.
But he could very well be like Soren in Sea of Dark, you know?
Yeah, he very well could be.
Yeah, and then Elka could be like Anya, I guess.
I was thinking that, like, she could easily be an Anya type character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would probably say Radek or Elka.
Okay.
Personally.
Yeah, I feel like Oscar would make too much sense.
It'd be way too obvious.
Yeah.
It'd be painfully obvious, actually.
Yeah, and it's never the one who's like painfully obvious. It can't be that, because otherwise we would be like, oh, mystery solved.
Except for the one time that I called the bad guy for Crystal Skull on my first playthrough within the first 5 minutes.
Wow, no way.
Just because I didn't like the look of their eyes. I'm like, that's the bad guy. Isn't that amazing? I thought it was so obvious as like a... What year was that, 2007?
It was a long time ago, man. 2007, I think.
As a 7-year-old kid, 6-year-old kid, I was like, that's the one.
That is
and
maddening.
I couldn't believe I nailed it.
Man,
so
my friend Chloe will call the bad guys immediately. And I hate it. I hate it. Oh. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So anyway.
Yeah.
That was a long tangent. Wow.
There's a lot to unpack there for sure.
I know. That was so good though. There was some really good content there.
Sweet.
Oh, Virgil says very interesting. They are messing with us.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious if I'll be right.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm so curious more than anything.
I really wonder, because there was like a blurred character in the last video. I feel like there's somebody we didn't have, right?
Like the video that came out like two
the journal.
Ago?
There was like in the suspects list, there was like a blurred.
Oh, there were that's right. There were like 3 blurred characters or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, are we getting more?
Well, that's where I don't know if those were placeholders or if those were the other characters that we've already had revealed to us, and they just decided to blur them out just for fun and just see what would happen.
They're just messing with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
I'm very curious.
Yeah. So anyway, do you ever play Nancy Drew games by yourself, or do you only stream them?
I'll play them by myself. For sure. It's definitely a mixture of both. I don't play them as often.
Mm-hmm.
No, like right now it is normally just like the streams that I play them, or if I'm like writing a walkthrough or something, that I'll play through it a few times to really understand the game for my walkthrough, and then forget about it the next day. It's like if I'm gonna play a game, it's usually like Danger and Deception Island, Shadow Ranch, Kabu Cave, Blue Moon Canyon, Deadly Device. Like usually it's one of those ones that I'll play.
Do you have like a top favorite?
My favorite one is Blue Moon Canyon.
The best one. Yeah.
The best one, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Such a good game.
That's so good. So does everyone in your life know that you stream, or do you tend to keep that kind of quiet?
No, I tend to keep it quiet. I kind of always have. Just because when I was younger, it was, in elementary school, it was like kind of less socially, I would say accepted, but I would say it's accepted that, a kid my age, my gender, would be playing games titled Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really until like I kind of talked about it a little bit in high school, but just to like the really close friends that may have come over. I would never like bring it up like, oh, I play these games and stream games. Like I never bring it up at school, unless somebody like found out or whatever. It wasn't really until university that I was like way more comfortable with it, because nobody in university knew who I was. And I was like, this is what I do and this is why it's cool. And That's about it.
That's
And like
cool.
my boss knows, one of my coworkers know, my family knows.
Yeah.
Anyone that watches my streams or subscribes to me, they usually know.
Yeah.
But
They know.
yeah, exactly, right. But yeah, like that's really about it. Like, yeah, not many people. A couple friends know, but that's really about it.
Yeah. Did you happen to see the comment from Brigella come in the chat where she says, when I read the script, I will say that the whole end surprised me. Did you see that?
I did see that, and I thought that was interesting.
That's really interesting comments.
Yeah. So, and this is where I'm really curious, actually, and I think they should be able to answer this. Squid and Brigella, I'm going to ask you a question and turn this on you. The formatting of the game script. Are you able to say if it was in like laid out in the format of like a film script, or did it have like a different style? Because if it's in the style of a film script, that I can fully understand, because having to read scripts can be really weird and kind of drawl. So I wouldn't be surprised if, for me, it's easy to get caught up in the painfulness of reading a script compared to what's actually happening. So I'd be curious if, unless it was just like reading a book, or if it was laid out like we've done it with Amelia Darnell, then I'm very curious.
Yeah. So next question, and then we're going to take a break to play a game.
All right.
What was your biggest stream fail?
The biggest one was when I was playing Blue Moon Canyon live this year, and I was about to go on a trip the next day to go to Calgary Comic-Con, and so I'd prepped a little video just on my own time to try and like build up some kind of hype for the reveal that was going to happen like the next day. I think it ended up being the tech store reveal, I think is what it was. That was cool. And it was for Nancy's birthday is what it was. That's what it was. And so I tried to make a little video and make it seem like my stream was getting, like hacked or whatever and taken over, and then would kind of blew it back to life. And it just did not work out. I made a video that I thought on its own was all right. It's definitely a weird video. But the execution was horrible. Oh. It was just awful, because I got the video like already, I thought to be all ready, and then I pressed, and what I was going to do was I was going to have the scene transitions on OBS be just a cut instead of a fade. Sure. But I left it on fade, and I pressed the button, and I was like, oh! No! And then I let it play, and while it was playing, I switched it to cut, and then I went back and tried to act like nothing happened, but I knew that it went wrong. And then I found out that the audio wasn't even playing, and I was like extra annoyed. Oh, that was so frustrating.
Oh, that's
it was so frustrating. And from then on, I decided to make the video beforehand, put it into Premiere, make it a full screen, play it, and then in OBS just cut to whatever else in there, and it was a lot more seamless doing it that way. But that really peeved me out, I'll tell you. Man, that is so frustrating. Okay, Morgan, hello, I'm glad you're here. Morgan! And then Squid says the script was divided into 4 parts, and we would get each part separately to look over and make guesses before we got to the very end. Wow, that's so interesting. Cool. Okay, cool.
Brigella says, I'm not sure. It's hard to say because as a video game script, not everything's the same order, and there's no context for puzzles, activities outside of the dialogue. It was hard to understand just reading convos. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that was kind of the issue with Amelia Darnell too, was because the way that we have the game script set up is that we've got a bit of dialogue saying, kind of like what's happening and what Amelia's going to be doing, and then she'll like enter into a conversation with someone, and then we'll have every single dialogue option. So it'll be like the main ones, and then the ones that branch off, and then every single form of goodbye, and it's just all this stuff, and it gets laborious reading dialogue, and
Yeah.
then you get a little bit of action, and you like go back to dialogue, and so it's yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, because I know game scripts and movie scripts can be very different, but I also know that Halo 3's script looked like it was in the form of a film script. It was probably a script for the cinematics, but either way, I don't know. It's okay.
Halo 3
that's
was
interesting.
good.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Halo 3 is the best Halo, and I will die on that hill.
It is the best. I used to. Here's a little story about me. Whenever I would play the game Two Truths and a Lie, my lie was that I used to be MLG in Halo ODST, though. Okay, but I definitely haven't played Halo in a long time, but that used to be my lie. But people would believe me because they'd be like, "You look like you play Halo," and I'd be like, "Yes, I do."
Nice. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's so great.
Everyone believed me. I was like, no, I actually do have 3 ukuleles and eat chocolate ice cream from the carton. That's what I do.
That's great.
Whatever it was that my truths were, I forget. But yeah. Anyway, okay, so let's play a little game. Let's play a little game. We have more people that have joined, so let's play a little game and play some more. Do you want the same wheel or do you want a different one?
Let's do all female this time.
All right. Let's go. Right. Oh, I'm so excited. I added Elka just for you.
I appreciate that. Could you imagine if she just didn't show up tonight at all?
She probably won't. There's so many.
Probably won't. I know, yeah.
There's 94 on the female only alone. Oh, Minette.
Okay.
Speaking of Minette.
Speak of the devil and she shall appear. With red hair and a tattoo from beer. Elizabeth, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And finally, this wheel takes so long. Anya.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we've got Minette, Elizabeth, and Anya. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You have good choices.
Those are good ones. I would probably fight Minette because I don't know what kind of fighting she does.
Ichido?
But the worst that it would do would maybe cause a bruise. That's it. So I would just anything could take her down. You could just give her a bad look and she'd fall over. So I would say fight Minette, kiss Anya, and marry Elizabeth.
Yeah. That's probably the best possible scenario.
I would say so.
That's
sure.
That's a good one.
Perfect.
So, got a few more questions for you. When I say few, I actually have 2 more pages. I don't know how much longer we can do this.
Oh my word.
I literally don't know
how long we've been going. We've been going
for an hour and 25
minutes.
Yeah.
And it's been oh my goodness.
I know. I don't know if we're going to get to all of this content. So
I'm going to have to stop talking earlier.
It's really okay.
Give you succinct answers.
So do you prefer making posted content or live streams?
Oh, that's a great question. It depends on my energy level, for sure. If I feel like I have I'm energetic enough, I'll definitely do a live.
Yeah.
But it also depends on how much content there is to cover.
Yeah.
Right? So if there is a little bit, then I'll probably just do a breakdown video. Like the last video that came out the other day, that's just going to be a breakdown video. Because there's not a whole lot to me that's worth talking about in a live stream. But something like the May 26th reveal where they show the title of the game, that is 100% worth a live stream, because that is such a huge moment and totally worth sharing with everybody.
Yes.
And lots to talk about, because now we've got things to confirm, things to speculate on, and a whole bunch of stuff like that. So I would say it depends. Did you? Oh my word!
I cried, yeah.
I was so excited. It was such an amazing stream, and such an amazing reveal, and an amazing day.
Yeah, you were screaming. I was crying.
I think Squid says she was screaming, crying, and throwing up. So just a mixture of everything in between.
Yes.
It was brilliant. So I think for that answer, I think it definitely would be dependent on my energy level and the amount of content that needs to be covered.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Without saying the name, which culprit surprised you the most? I guess just say the game.
Oh. You know what it was? It was actually the Shadow Medallion. Because that was the game that I got to beta test.
Really?
And I think I talked to the culprit once or twice in the entirety of the gameplay.
Really?
And so when the ending came, I was like, really? Really? I was blown away. I was like, that is such a weird choice.
It comes out of left field, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think for me, it was probably the Shadow Medallion.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Do you watch any streamers outside of the Nancy Drew fandom?
Does that include Nancy Drew fan streamers that play other games?
No.
Or does it have to be people that are okay? Outside, I used to watch Day 9 TV, mostly walking, same thing. I don't watch Gab Smolders live, but I'll watch her play like her VODs for obviously the Nancy Drew, as well as whatever other horror game seems to be interesting to me. So anything from what are they called? Chilla's horror games or whatever. Those are brilliant games. I love watching her and Jack play those. Who else? A guy I've been watching since I was 11 called Green Skull. I love watching his videos and live streams. No one would know who he is here. I can almost guarantee that.
So I guess the answer is yes. You do.
Yes.
You do watch quite a few streamers. Yeah.
Yeah, more in the VODs than I do live.
Yeah. I mostly
sure.
watch other people's VODs.
Yeah. Well, just like, because then it's like edited down sometimes, and then I can, pause and play and come back, and, I'm not, I just, that's the way I like to do it.
Yeah. Some people edit theirs. I sure don't.
I know, I definitely don't either, but like when it comes to like Gab Smolders, who does like these 5-hour streams and they get cut down to 4 hours, I'm just like, oh, thank God. You know? Let's skip ahead. It's great.
Yeah.
So.
I love her VODs. Oh my goodness. So good.
I love her. She's just fantastic.
Asked if you watch her. Like, that was a question.
I do. Oh, really? No, that's, fair enough. No, I love Gab. I don't watch all her stuff. Like the ones, I like watching the games where she does like, she'll play the game once and then move on to the next game. I don't like watching the ones that have like a whole series. So like her Stardew Valley streams, I don't like watching those because she's on like episode 50 or something. And like I'm not gonna go back and watch the 50 other episodes times 4 hours per episode. I just can't be bothered, right? So I love watching Gab when she does like the one-off games, because then I'm like, great, we'll just go in, go out, and then move on. It's brilliant.
I know, I'm totally with you there. So, what's my next question? Oh, guess who asked you this question?
It's gonna be Joanna.
Who's cuter, Lilo or Yuri?
Oh, this is Morgan. Okay, Lilo or Yuri?
Did you say Yuri?
Did you not say Yuri?
I said Yuri.
Yeah, I said Yuri.
You think Yuri is cuter than Lilo?
No, I said Lilo or Yuri. I was thinking about that.
Morgan's gonna be mad.
I know. I'm thinking about it just to annoy her, but it's obviously Lilo. Yeah, obviously Lilo.
She's pretty freaking cute.
It's just see. Here's the thing. Like, my dog Carl tends to stick his tongue out, and I know Lilo does too, and it's the funniest thing. And so, yeah, exactly. It's great. So I obviously Lilo.
Yeah, my cats do that. You're gonna hate this one, I bet. This is a fun one though. So, is your favorite musical Hamilton? Sing a bar of your favorite.
What's a bar? I know what that is, but I've got no idea what it is.
I don't know.
Let me just look it up. What's a bar in musical or music? A single unit of time containing a specific number of beats played at a particular tempo. That literally means nothing to me.
Okay, I guess sing a line.
My favorite musical is Hadestown.
Okay, sing a line.
Because I think it's just such a great story that, for those that have heard it, it can be told again and again. Ooh.
Maggie says it's one measure.
Sing? I mean, like, I've got a tape measure, but that's about all that I know about measuring. Let's see here. What do I sing from Hadestown?
Brielle says it means measure.
Well, that really helps me out a lot. Yeah.
Abby says 8 notes. Morgan says just sing a line.
Okay. Hold on.
Squid says, Huw, can you actually just sing the play from your high school production?
Oh, Squid. Oh, I could sing the bit that I sing. The two little bits. But
the people want you to sing.
It's not Hadestown. Okay, well, let's go. I gotta. You know what? I'm gonna turn it on because I've got it.
Oh, are you like turning on music?
I've got Spotify on here. Let's do it.
Okay, well, hang on. Let me pause mine. Hold on.
What are we gonna do?
Okay, we're paused. Go for it.
Should we do "Hey Little Songbird"? Let's see if I can sing like really deep here. I'm gonna really try and not screw this up. Okay, this is "Hey Little Songbird" from Hadestown, sung by the legendary Patrick Page.
Okay,
let's try this here. Let's see if I can get this right. It's gonna take a little bit. There's a little bit of an intro that you can't hear.
Take your time.
Sorry, this is gonna be just dead airspace for a little while. Here it comes. Hey, little songbird, give me a song. I'm a busy man, and I can't stay long. I got clients to call. I got orders to fill. I got walls to build. I've got riots to quell. And they're giving me hell back in Hades. Hey, little songbird, cat got your tongue. Always a pity for one so pretty and young. When poverty comes to clip your wings. Oh, that hurts, that one. But the better one to sing should have been Why We Build the Wall. That's a way better song.
Oh my God.
To do.
That was so good, Huw. Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed. That was something.
Applause.
I'm going to listen to it in the background anyways. If I start singing, it's just because of that.
Oh my God, That was so good. Wow. Thank you so much for playing along.
That was scary. That was really scary. And again, like, can I just show this here?
Oh,
like that's real. That's 100% real.
I'm so sorry. Brigella says, bro, get it.
Oh, thanks, Brigella. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was scary.
Oh, that's so good. I don't know if you noticed, but that literally netted me a follower.
Did it really?
Yes. Hey! Jessica subscribed while you were singing, so thank you for that.
Thank
you, Jessica.
Let's go.
Amazing. So good. So good.
That was good.
So I'll bring it back down to non-scary things.
If like, all right, let's play another round of FMK. I'm just like, oh no. Anyways, go on.
No, we're gonna ask a few more questions before we torture you again. Okay, if you could make a Nancy Drew game, what would the setting be? I guess like the location or topic.
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, Rika's here. Hey, Rika.
Oh, Rika. Holy cow, Cameron, I haven't seen you in ages. What's going on? How you doing?
You will sing for subs.
I'm always a big fan of a Nancy Drew game, except for Secrets Can Kill, that starts with a murder.
Okay.
So I think there would have to be a murder.
One.
You know what? I would do, I wouldn't say like a carbon copy, but I would do something similar to Blackmore Manor, but that starts with a murder.
Okay.
Because Blackmore's got this like weird like cult thing going on.
Yeah.
And I think if you started a Nancy Drew game with a murder, within like a cult kind of thing, I think
Mm-hmm.
it would be a very dark game. I
It would
really
be.
like dark games. I like dark games a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you and I are very different. Squid says
Yeah.
legally not listening, but personally interested.
Yeah, because they've got their whole what's it called? It's unsolicited material policy. So they're
I
not
know.
allowed to. Well, they are, but I'm not allowed to sue them if they take my idea. Run
I
with
know.
it.
Weren't we talking
So
about that
that's-
last night?
Were we?
Oh, maybe it was before you came in.
It might have been before I got
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Probably,
okay, so that sounds pretty cool. What can you tell us about Amelia Darnell?
Oh, that's a great question. I can tell you that it takes place in Silvercrest Village, at a school, in a town,
Mhm.
in Utah. It's
Okay.
sweet. It's awesome. It reminds me a lot of several Nancy Drew games.
Okay.
What else can I tell you? Amelia Darnell. I can tell you stuff you already know. Like Lonnie Manel is playing Amelia, which is great.
I heard from her personally last night.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
hmm
What else? I don't know if there's much else. I think it's gonna be a really fun game. And when we put out I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but when we put out the video showing like kind of the walking through bit of the high school,
hmm
the reactions were very interesting. Not what I expected.
Okay.
And I can say that it's not a carbon copy of Seekers Can Kill. I'll
Excellent.
put it that way.
That's what I want to hear.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's so cool. I'm so excited.
So yeah, I'm super excited for the game to come out and for people to get to play it and see what we've been working on for the last. I joined the team over 5 years ago.
I was gonna say
So-
it's been a long time. I remember it
It's
was
been a long
before
time.
mid because everyone was so frustrated with it taking
Yeah.
so long for mid to come out that they were like, "We're gonna make a game and we're gonna make it come out way sooner." And then
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to come out in 2020,
yeah,
and then it just didn't. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
And I think the game, if it did come out in 2020, I think it would not have been anywhere near as good of a game as it currently stands right now.
good.
Yeah.
That's
so-
what I want to hear. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I remember I was really, really involved at the very beginning, and then I just didn't do anything. So I haven't been involved in about 5 years. So.
No, that's fair. That's all good.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I lost my spot. Hold on. Okay, you already answered that.
Perfect.
What's your favorite thing about being part of the Nancy Drew fandom / Clue Crew?
Being able to be in a position where I can create content for people that share the same interest,
Mm-hmm.
and also be able to bring people together into one place to celebrate the things that we love, that we all love, whether it's Nancy Drew, things that aren't Nancy Drew that we may share the same interest in.
Mm-hmm.
But most of all, I think it's just such an amazing opportunity to make so many amazing friends.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing. I still am amazed that I'm friends with as many people as I am right now. It's just the coolest thing.
Same. I know.
Yeah.
Same. Like a year ago, I was following you and Carter and everyone else, but
Yeah,
now we're buds.
it's great.
Yeah,
it's so
it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what else do I have on here? Oh, this is a really fun question. What is one
Okay.
thing that you would never have expected before you started streaming?
Before I started streaming, this year or just in general?
I guess in general, before you ever started
Okay.
streaming, what did you just never expect about streaming?
Oh man, to have this is going to be so lame. To have people want to come and watch.
Yeah?
I think that'd be it, because I started streaming again like 7 years,
Yeah.
7 years ago. So yeah, and I think, well, because I started streaming on Twitch instead of YouTube, because I don't think YouTube live streaming was a thing when I started.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me it was just like, I was doing well on Twitch, and I stopped streaming on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
stopped streaming Nancy Drew on Twitch, and then coming to YouTube was just like such a refreshing thing to have a whole new set of faces and a whole new kind of experience. Even though like behind the scenes it was the exact same as it was on Twitch, but because I've had so many people tell me, and I'm gonna be I don't want to try and gloat when I say this, because it really does just blow me away and fill me with so much joy and love when people say that they look forward to the stream on Thursday. I'm just like, that's just so sick. That's just so cool.
It's so good.
And
it's so gratifying. You're like, it means something to somebody.
It's just such an honor to have people that look forward to it and want to take part and that do take interest. And it's just really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah. Do you have a video that you're the most proud of making?
One of the ones I'm definitely most proud of is the video I did. I think it was for Nancy's birthday last year.
Okay.
Which is the one where, I don't know if you saw it, where I was sent a gift by Sunny June, which allowed me to take props from in the games.
Yes.
So that was so much fun to put together, because I had to figure out, okay, how do I film this in a way that it looks like I'm taking items out of the game, and then to show that they're not there.
Yeah.
And it was a brilliant challenge, and I thought it turned out really well. And to have the help from Jamal from Fahim and Lonnie Manella was such an amazing thing. So
good.
I can't thank him enough. But I think, and it's weird, actually one of my favorite videos that I ever made is the one talking about Her Interactive's unsolicited material policy.
The one that you just did?
No, that was this is the one I did like 2020.
Oh, okay. So not the one that like literally shattered my earth.
No. That one was the terms and policies.
You're right.
No, the unsolicited material policy one. This one was where I took assets from Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon, like a conversation between Nancy and Frank and Joe, and then Nancy and Charlena, and took bits about when Lori exploded on Charlena saying, why'd you steal my idea? And so I kind of took that conversation and used that to help explain what unsolicited material means. And I think that to me is still,
that's cool.
It's so simple, but it's still like one of my favorite videos I've made.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. Because that's literally what that is. Yeah.
It was just so much fun to put that one together. And when I was editing it, I was like, oh, this is so exciting. Oh, and actually, how the Nancy Drew games were made, parts 1 and 2, I really love those ones too. I'm very proud of those ones.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, those ones were a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that question. I thought I was really excited to hear you answer that question. Do you think that there is a game that is more like the most underrated?
The most underrated. Part of me wants to say Alibi and Ashes, because Alibi and Ashes to me has such a great. I know a lot of people take issue with the fact that you got to constantly switch characters and stuff, but I don't mind that, because it's like being in different parts of the town and experiencing conversations differently based on who you're playing as. I love the visuals. I love the music. I love the story a lot. It's really great. And the characters, like through and through, are just fantastic.
Yeah.
And again, I might be just misreading the community, but I would probably say Alibi and Ashes.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely think it's a lesser loved game.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about like overrated? Do you think that one is overrated?
Overrated. I would say. Oh, Warnings at Waverly Academy. Hands down, Warnings at Waverly Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
think
one of my favorites. I love it.
I know. To me, I just don't find really not much of it interesting.
Yeah.
Like I think it's not a terrible game, but I think it's just overrated, and it's not as, in my opinion, it's not as good as people
That's okay.
say it is.
Yeah,
So
that's okay.
That's just me. Yeah.
Real quick, I just happened to notice that I got multiple texts from my sister who wants to ask you a question. She wants to know if you got your hands on the old Nancy Drew engine.
If I do I have my hands on it?
Yes.
Oh, no, I do not. No.
Oh, okay.
I think it'd be a cool thing to have, but the old Nancy Drew engine, as far as I know, it doesn't have like an interface where you can just like drag and drop things in to build a game. It's more programming and like heavily built up from there. So I don't have it. If I did have it, I wouldn't even know how to use it because I'm not a programmer. So it would still just be a cool artifact to have.
It would be. Yeah. She said that she felt like you said that you knew how to get a hold of it at some point.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. Maybe that wasn't
well,
you. I don't know.
Well, I was talking to the guy who built it.
Oh, that could be what we're thinking of.
That might have been it. Yeah.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah, he was such a great guy. Yeah, Wayne Sykes. What a beauty. Did you know that he was the programmer for games, I think 1 to 12?
Wow.
Or something, or 1 to 13? Or maybe it was just 1 to 10. But he was never in the offices. He was remote in Albuquerque doing all the programming from there. And then...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So fun little fact for you there.
Yeah, that's cool. So this next question is, do you prefer the chicken suit or the curly wig?
Chicken suit, 100%.
Same!
Absolutely.
Same! The chicken suit is so good! Yeah. That's the one that I drew
so
for my sticker
much more
sheet.
enjoyable. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that, yeah. It's a brilliant costume. It's very reminiscent of Toy Story, and I love it.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that actually brings us into a question that came in late last night that I was just cackling at. And you were there for.
Funny. I wonder who sent that one in then. I'm super curious.
Wonder, Joanna.
Yeah. Just looking at...
She wants to know, do you wear wigs? Why do you wear wigs?
Why would you ask that of all things? Johanna Moana.
Keep a straight face reading that.
What a fascinating question. I'm going to ask Johanna a question. Johanna, I can't,
Joe.
Where did you get that question from? That's my question for
you,
because that's a fascinating question.
You don't know the wow, hold on, I'm sending you something.
Okay.
Hang on. While I'm finding this, play FMK.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm fascinated by this question.
Rose green.
Okay.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Hold on. Mel Corbelis.
Okay.
And Brendan Carlton.
Brendan Carlton. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wait, are you sending it to me on Discord or on Instagram?
I'll send it on Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, poor sheltered Huw. I'm sorry. How does everyone except me know this? That's so fascinating. Oh, maybe
it's okay.
Squid doesn't
I'm coming.
know it.
Hold on, I'm coming.
If Squid doesn't know it, then
I can't believe this. Okay. Play FMK, watch this video. I need to grab a drink. Hold on.
Oh, this is... Oh, I think I do know what this is. Is this the one where he just bursts into laughter? Yeah. I think I did see that one. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. Hello.
No, you're good. I think I have seen that video before, but it did not click in my head that that's what you were referring to. So that's I'm so sorry for not understanding that like right off the bat. That's so
it's
funny.
Okay. Yeah, so for context for everyone else, it's an interview that oh my goodness, what's his name? The guy who was in so it's Elijah Wood is being interviewed by
Yep.
Shoot, what's his name? Oh my goodness.
I'm not helping you out.
I loved him in Lost.
You gotta figure this one out. This is you. I'm not helping you out.
Hugh, why are you the worst?
This is great.
What's his name?
It starts with a D.
Dominic.
There you go.
Thank you. I got it. I got there in the end. Squid, I wasn't thinking of Elijah Wood. I knew who Elijah Wood is.
Is it the Under the Sea version? That's a thing that exists?
I don't know. That
well,
goes
if
deeper
Squid
than
says
I
it
know.
exists, it probably does.
That goes deeper than I know. Did you play FMK?
Regala sends it to her when she's having a bad day. Oh my word.
That's
Okay.
so sweet.
I need to see this now. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. Did you play FMK?
No, because I was too busy watching the video. The video took just the amount of time to take as it took you to
as
even come
I
back.
ran to the kitchen and back. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So your people were, let's see,
I know Rose Green was on the list.
Rose Green, Mel Corbelis, and Brenda Carlton.
Right. Okay. Fight Brenda. Kiss Rose, marry Mel.
That's definitely the best way to go. Yeah.
That's the way I would do it. Yeah.
That's the way. Why am
That's
I
it.
so dark all of a sudden? Okay. Okay, what is a component of the games that you rarely see but you always enjoy and wish they used more of? So specific. I feel like they had something in mind.
Who asked that one?
I don't know. I didn't write anybody's name down.
Oh my goodness.
If you asked that question, Hugh wants to have some words with you.
Holy cow. I gotta stop listening to Hades Town because this is gonna just mess with my head for a bit. Oh. Scavenger hunts.
Oh, yes.
Definitely scavenger hunts because I love the ones in like the one in Albine Ashes where you got to go from place to place to place to find where the key that the kid detective dropped, and then the one in Old Clock where you got to go and like get the bridge cards and then get the trivet and then get the 5 toys and all that stuff. I love that stuff. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I would
That is
say,
a good
and
one.
I wouldn't. I guess I could count the one from Midnight in Salem where you got to go do the graveyard hunt, but that one's so boring and within a confined space that I think
Yeah.
it's just
I
doesn't
didn't
count.
really like that one.
It was pretty boring. Nothing
Yeah.
happened.
Oh, my sister's here. Hey, Abigail.
Abigail, what's going on?
Okay, so let's see what else we put up. Oh, you're gonna hate this question.
Oh no,
Is there anything about Trail of the Twister that you like?
the music. That's the music, and I might extend it to the cover art as well. I would because I like all the cover art. So I would say the
Yeah.
music and the cover art. But that's about it.
The music is phenomenal. Why does it make me so
It's
happy?
so good.
It's so good.
It's just got this great, amazing country vibe. And
I know. And I'm
Kevin
not
Matthews
like a
just
country
nailed it.
person. I'm not a country
Yeah.
person. I don't listen to country music. I like
Yeah.
me country. No, I'm a city girl. But
it's just got this great range of,
it's so
of sounds
good.
and moods. Like
Yeah.
it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
So Rika Cub Cameron says
Yeah.
she's happy that she can make one of these.
Nice.
I don't know if you happened to check your messages from me, but you should check your messages from me because I would love to have you on one of these. So.
Oh, you're talking to? I thought you were talking to me. I was just
no,
like,
no, I'm not talking
right
to you
here.
anymore.
Yes, Cameron, you should 100% join Susie.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would really love that.
For sure.
Morgan says, why are you hating on country when I am country? I love you. I just don't love country music, okay? I'm sorry, Jackie. I hurt some people's feelings. Listen.
I'm glad it was you and not me.
If Huw is allowed to not like Waverly Academy, I'm allowed to not like country music.
Nice. Fantastic.
I just get bored when songs are about fields and tractors and mama, you know?
And beer.
Yeah. And beer.
Yeah.
There's so many beer songs.
It's great.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So, tell us about the podcast experience with Wizard Kitten and Story Retold and the Nancy Drew Times.
Yeah, it was fantastic. When I first got the message from Hanetti if I wanted to be on the show, I actually thought it was just a scam.
Really?
Until I realized that I had actually had previous dialogues with her on Instagram, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably fine. But she was also very kind and sent links to like past episodes and gave proof of who she was and what she was doing. I was like, okay, that works for me.
That's a good idea. I should do that.
Yeah. But it was just kind of an honor to be even considered for the podcast at all, let alone alongside Caitlin and Carter and Kalina. It was so cool, and
what a great lineup.
I love all three of them forever. They are just some of the greatest people. They are so much fun, and I cannot wait to meet all of them in person one day. It'd just be such an amazing thing. And so I would say overall it was an amazing experience that I hope we can do again in the future. That's
so fun. Oh, I love that.
For sure.
Yeah. I think that all of us need to go to the Nancy Drew convention next year.
Either that, or we just all host a massive Mystery of the Seven Keys launch party and just go nuts.
Oh, I'm so down.
That's what I'm saying. I think it'd be sweet.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
So down. Okay.
Totally.
I have just a few more questions, and I swear, and then I'll let you go.
You're good.
Okay, if you had to eat one entree from any of the games for the rest of your life, what would you choose? This is intense. I hate the food questions. I'm like, don't make me choose.
For the rest of my life.
Also, Morgan says that she's going to sing me a little country ditty.
Nice. Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, Brigitte says launch party.
Let's go. Oh, a launch party would just be the greatest thing.
Yes. Let's do it. Let's plan it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, is it in White Wolf? Is the one meal with the salad, is that the one that has the salmon as well?
It's salmon and salad, yeah.
I would probably do that one.
That's a good one.
I would probably do that one because the salad is at least customizable and like fresh, and so is salmon. Oh, it's not. I wouldn't say it's customizable, but at least it's fresh and I would and like probably healthy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'd probably say that one for sure.
Okay, that's a really good choice. So, okay, follow-up question.
Yeah.
So, what would your salad toppings be?
Let me pull up the. I gotta just take a look at what they've got going on there.
They don't have my favorite salad topping, so I can't.
Oh, they don't? Which ones do you like? What do you like to have on it?
I love my favorite salad has chickpeas, like just raw chickpeas.
Okay.
And like hard-boiled eggs they do have, so I do like that. And I always put like oyster crackers in and sesame seeds and stuff like that. Like there's enough. Just a bunch of stuff that I love to put in that they just don't have. So
interesting. Yeah. Well, they're very limited with what they have to offer.
They are limited. Yeah, but see, I'm a chickpea fiend, so literally. So my son is 20 months old, and he loves chickpeas. So like he'll just randomly like throughout the day be like chickpea.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyway,
that's so awesome.
So
yeah. So looking at the toppings here, I would have. or at least my favorites of the bunch would be the eggs, the carrots, cucumbers, tomatoes, spinach, and croutons. I'm not a fan of peppers.
Yeah.
And anchovies, I would have the anchovies if they were like mixed in with the dressing.
Right.
But,
yeah. When it's like appropriate to have anchovies in your salad.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah. I mean, the only thing I wouldn't have really would be the peppers and then the anchovies, unless they're in the dressing.
Yeah. The peppers confuse me. I don't like peppers in my salad.
I just don't like peppers. I just think they're just gross. I like green peppers, which is like the one that most people hate. But
really, I love green peppers.
Yeah.
I love the smell of
really?
green
Okay,
peppers.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
Yeah,
they're
it's so
like
good.
to me they're even more fresh than red, yellow, and orange. Have you ever had a purple pepper?
Mm-mm. I've never even seen
purple,
one.
Yeah, purple peppers are fascinating. White peppers are fascinating.
Wow.
They basically taste the exact same, but they're
they all taste the same.
They're weird. Yeah.
Yeah. They're kind
they all
of
do
like,
taste the same. Yeah, it's true.
I feel like the yellow ones are kind of waxy, but that might just be me.
I just think they're just weird tasting.
Yeah.
Just not for me. No.
Yeah. Jackie said that the salad needed more dressing. Wait, was that the salad that you ate tonight or the salad in the game? Because the game salad had so
I'm like,
much
it's
dressing.
just like loaded in dressing. Yeah.
It was like more dressing than any human should ever have to consume. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Tori asks a question. You know that this one's from Tori.
I've been looking forward to this one for ages.
Yes. Star Wars, okay? Music question. This is even better. Duel of the Fates or Battle of the Heroes?
Battle of the Heroes.
Yeah?
Which one is Battle of the Heroes again?
Can you sing
That's from episode 3. No, I can't. No, the Battle of the Heroes is the duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, I don't want it to pick up. Oh, come on, you have a keyboard behind you.
I do have a keyboard, but it needs to be plugged into my iPad first. And my iPad's behind me, and I'm too lazy to go and wheel over there and pick it up. But it's a banging tune.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good one. That was a good question. I was really excited to hear that one.
I was looking forward to
love
it.
Star Wars.
I learned the name of that song finally after... What? When did that movie come out?
Oh, goodness.
18 years ago, man.
I was 10.
I was 5.
Prepare to be hurt.
No, actually, I was 4. I was 4 when I came out.
Nary a twinkle in my father's eye.
I'm sorry. I've been like making fun of you for being young like all day.
I would
you
like
are
to
not
say
the only one.
I would like to say specifically, she's like, yeah, I have Huw on tonight. He's really young, or something like that.
Oh my word!
Well,
that is awesome.
Today.
Well, you know what's
I found out today.
I don't see it often, but it was one of those few times that I see my mother-in-law on you.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness! Well, it's so funny because whenever I'm in like an admin meeting for Amelia Darnell, like half the admin team like always just like, oh my god, like why are you so young and make me feel so old? I'm just like, I can't help it.
I'm so sorry, Huw.
It's so funny. It's fine.
Then.
Oh no!
I'm ready to hear it.
Okay.
No, it's not what I put on Instagram.
Oh thank God! I'm gonna get kicked off of YouTube.
Oh.
Go on.
He's gonna be like, what was it like to be not born in 19...
Well, what's it like being a literal what's it like being a lot younger and also a male in a pretty female-dominated fandom?
That is a phenomenal question. Because I started playing the games when I was 4 years old, I feel like they're just as much mine as anyone else's. But being a male in the community now is way more comfortable than it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because despite the fact that Argofumf was like the biggest name and he's a male in the community, you know, it still was like huh?
Yeah, sorry, I was answering him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like despite that, it was still like I knew there were males that played the games, but I had no sense of what that population looked like.
They're very
I've got
quiet.
a much stronger yeah, exactly, yeah. I've got a much stronger sense now, and it's great to see so many male creators playing these games, which is like a thing I never thought I'd say, and I'm honestly rather disgusted that I said it, but it's kind of true.
Yeah.
Like, seeing Carter play the games is amazing. Half Moon Joe and Sean Plott and so many others. I'm just like, man,
So many
it's
phenomenal
fantastic.
people. Amazing.
So many amazing people. Yeah, it's really, really cool. So
That's
yeah,
so cool.
that's a fantastic question.
So,
John.
yeah, and I asked purely because like I started dating her, and I was like, oh, it's this thing that like, no offense, it's like she talks to these other girls. I like had never, and then I heard about like Arlofont. And I was like, oh, okay, there's a few. There's a few. I'd love to see the breakdown of like the Facebook group, though. I don't know if you can split your demographics like that when you're on a group, but I'd like to see the.
I might be able to as a mod, but I'm not sure. Cool. Yeah.
And I asked because I work in healthcare, so I'm. It's the same deal. So I'm used to like.
Right, of course.
Like when you meet another dude, you're like, dude, yes. Just like three of us.
That's like literally, like Carter is a guy who works in healthcare and plays the games. Like,
he's a nurse,
brilliant,
right?
Yeah. So we need to bring Carter on and talk
I
to
know.
him. Oh,
absolutely.
He's coming. He's just later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be
but
a
it's
sweet
funny,
one.
like
But it's funny that you asked that though, because that actually leads into our next question, which makes me really, really sad.
We planned this.
No, we didn't.
We planned this.
This is not scripted. This next question is what I was telling you last night. Makes me really sad.
Is
Somebody
this the sad
asked.
one from Johanna?
No, it's not from Johanna.
Oh, okay.
She asked, or whoever this was asked, were you ever mocked for playing these games growing up? Because they were.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah. Well, it is. But at the same time, like, Her Interactive started with the slogan for girls that aren't afraid of a mouse.
Yes.
And they realized how many males were actually playing the games. And if you look at the special thanks specifically, you'll know that there's just a ton of males that were on the advisory panel that were playing the games. A good portion of the team, the Her Interactive dev team, was male.
Yes.
And they realized that, these games aren't exclusive to girls.
Right.
I, believe it or not, I got mocked more as a kid for being a Lego fan than a Nancy Drew fan.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Isn't that insane?
What? Look at
Isn't
his
that
shelf.
insane?
Have you shown?
No, I haven't. Would you like to? We're Lego
I would
fans
love to see
too,
it.
in case you were wondering.
Fantastic. I actually had no idea. Oh, the Porsche. Nice.
Yeah, so
We have multiple.
I can't afford a real one.
Yeah, eventually we'll get a real one, but for now we have multiple Lego Porsches.
Oh,
That's
that is
funny.
awesome.
Like I never everyone had Legos.
Yeah.
Maybe
I know.
it's like like again, you're a little bit younger than us. I wonder if it's maybe a
I don't know
what it
I
was.
always thought that Legos were more of like a guy toy when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But
and
I
it
would
kind of was
play.
like,
I would build. I used to build houses.
Yeah.
And then I had a little character who I would pretend was Ty Pennington. And I put a little megaphone in his hand, and he would go and he would be like, "Good morning, Schaefer family," whoever it was. and then I would destroy the house and I'd rebuild it. And that was what I played. And I thought that was the coolest game ever,
Oh, that's so awesome.
I thought that I was like on the outs because like all my other friends were playing with like Polly Pocket and stuff, and I was playing with
right,
Lego, I mean, I had Polly Pockets too, like, but
Yeah. No, it is really interesting. It's. I never really understood it because I told my buddy once. I remember this. I was at his house. We were playing hockey outside, and I think he asked me what kind of video games I play, and I said, "All right, it's okay to laugh."
Oh.
I play, and it was because I was just like, I just didn't care. I was just like, I play these games called Nancy Drew, and there's like a ton of them, and he did laugh, I think just to spite me, and then and he was like, no, I think that's cool, that's totally fine. And so it was weird that Lego was the bigger
That's so funny.
issue over Nancy
funny.
Drew,
My
which
sister
is so weird.
Just commented, "OMG, I remember Sue's Ty Pennington days."
I hope to God there is some kind of digital or physical
There's
proof
not.
of that. Oh no!
Listen, Huw, listen. Digital didn't happen then, okay?
They did
Touche.
makeover like in my hometown.
Yeah. They did. No, we had like a monster like home video camera, and it was literally only taken out for like vacations or if one of us learned how to ride the bicycle, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, Sue's playing something cute with the Legos. It was not one of those things.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you play like other games, or was it just like computer games, or did you like console at all?
My parents were. They were, and I think rightfully so, against us, playing video games a whole lot when we were kids.
Same.
And so, we didn't get our first console. Now, this is a great story here. So my grandpa used to work for the city's like waste management guys, and so he drove the garbage truck around, and he would always find like the weirdest things. And one day, he came home with a working PlayStation 1. And like a whole bunch of PS1 games, and we were thrilled. We were like, oh my word, it's a game console and we can play these games. It was just amazing. And so that was like our first foray into console gaming. And then we got a Wii, and then when we moved here, we got an Xbox, and it just took off from there. But originally it was just PC games, whether it was Nancy Drew, Lego games,
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah, exactly, right? Games like that. Like, what was the Fish Tycoon? Is that the one? Or Aquarium Tycoon?
Aquarium Tycoon.
Yeah,
that one. Pajama Sam. A whole bunch of all these old little.
Did you play Carmen Sandiego?
I actually had never heard of it until like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Yeah.
Listen, I ask everyone because that was like my like gateway drug to like mystery games.
Yeah.
So I have to ask everyone because I want to know if like that was it for everyone or if it was just for me.
No, I know a lot of people. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I know one of your future guests, and I won't say who because I let them talk about it. But I know they played it, and I know they were very popular games.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it was something that just completely went under my radar.
Yeah.
It did for me too.
Yeah.
I don't know
what. Over my radar. I don't know what it was.
Well, you know what? I never played Pajama Sam.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Pajama Sam.
Yeah, I have, but I never.
Yeah, that you know what? It was made by the same guys that did Freddy Fish.
Yes.
Or Freddy the Fish or whatever.
Yeah, I never played those either.
Okay. You lost a viewer.
Oh, did you not? Okay, yeah. I think.
Somebody left because I said I've never played Pajama Sam.
No. You've lost a viewer since I got here.
Oh.
That's my cue. I have things to do. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for joining. Okay.
I'm gonna put the cat's away vacuum.
Okay, we are almost done.
Nice.
We are at 2 hours and 13 minutes. Oh my god.
Holy cow.
Ew. Okay. What would your dream case for Nancy Drew to bring Ned along to help her solve in a future game? I feel like there's a word missing there. What would be your dream case for Nancy Drew to bring Ned along to help her solve a future case?
Again, I'm going to be really dark here, and I want it to be a mystery that really pushes them either to their limits as a couple, or that puts one of them, probably Nancy, into a very difficult decision about how is she going to protect Ned and everyone else at the same time, or something like that. I think.
Why you gotta be
I don't know why,
Huw?
but because I love 24. 24 is a great show, and they do that all the time. And I just think I don't know why, I'm just like kind of obsessed with these like weird, super messed up choices that are presented to characters in film and TV and games and books. Because
it's, like,
I'm always
not realistic.
That, and I'm just always curious to see how the writers write it out. Is it going to be satisfying, or is it going to be just a terrible outcome? Like that's like so unsatisfying. So I think I always like to just see how far people can be pushed to their limits with stuff like that in writing and in games and movies and shows. So
one has to go. Lego or Nancy Drew?
Oh no.
We broke you.
Oh my word. It would probably be Nancy Drew.
Okay, damn. Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
It would
Sorry,
probably
I
be
didn't
Nancy
mean
Drew.
to.
I almost swore when I heard that
Yeah,
question.
sorry.
It would probably be Nancy Drew because with my other interests in life, Lego can still bring those into fruition.
Sure.
As much as I adore these games, I would rather live a life without them than without Lego, I think.
Wow. That
So it's a
is so crazy because your Nancy Drew walkthroughs.
I know. Well, but here's the way that I'm going to view the question is if I was born into a world where Nancy Drew didn't exist but Lego did.
Sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
But if I had to have one taken away from me right now, honestly, it probably would still be Nancy Drew.
I am not judging your answer. You answer however you want.
Yeah, it would that's a very tough choice for sure.
Yeah.
Not one that I make lightly, nor with a lot of enjoyment.
Yeah. What's a food that you reach for when you're bored or munchy?
Ooh. Peanut butter filled
favorite
pretzels.
Snacks. Really? Ooh, yum.
I love them. I love them so much. They're stupidly addictive and dangerous to have around.
They are good. Yeah.
They're so good. Yeah.
Susie, what was the question everyone asked? Oh, I forgot about that. Well, you should guess. What question do you think was the one that everybody asked?
Oh my word. Out of all the ones. Oh goodness.
Do you want a hint?
Sure.
It was the very first question I asked you. See if you remember. What is happening? Oh, here you go.
Come on, it's okay.
Oh, bye, kitty. It's fine. I can just tell you.
I cannot remember.
It was... If you could live in any of the Nancy Drew games, which would it be? 4 people asked that. Word for word, the same question. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Alibi and Ash is still the answer.
Yeah. And then, if you could turn one Nancy Drew game into a movie, what would it be?
Blackmore Manor, 100%. Yeah. Because I think that, especially if they built up a bit of like the prelude a bit more, I think they could really make it just this great old English horror thriller film. I think it would be so awesome. So Blackmore for me is 100% the answer to that.
That's a good answer. Okay. So 2 more orders of business. That was our last question of the evening.
Nice.
But I need you to do, 2 things. But the first thing that I need you to do is I need you to come up with a question for me to ask my next guest.
Okay, but she's in chat. So is that going to be an issue?
No.
Do I ask you now or
you tell me? I mean, you can. Okay. You can like type it to me if you really can't think of anything, but like if you have it, I'm ready.
Okay, give me a second here. Let me think about this. For Johanna, what to ask Johanna? Did I just spoil next week's episode? Is that a thing I just did?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Constantly breaking NDA over here.
Yeah. What would I ask Johanna?
Johanna says FMK. Yeah, we will play FMK.
There you go. Yeah.
We will do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
if you could be best friends with any character, a friend that is like your neighbor, you went to school with, you get to see all the time, who would it be?
Okay.
That would be it.
All right. I will ask her that next week.
Fantastic.
All right. Let's play one more game of FMK.
Just to shake things up, let's just do all guys and see what happens.
Sure.
Just to shake things up.
Let's do it. All right.
Oh, Johanna says she feels boring. You're not boring. I just try and think of smart questions on the fly and don't always succeed.
Okay, so our first guy is Elliot Chen.
He was like the most common one for Gooba or for Jetpack.
Yeah, but I
kept
love
popping
him.
up.
I absolutely
He is
love
pretty
him.
cool.
Mm-hmm. He's like my favorite. Oscar.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And our last one is... I'm so excited. Daryl Gray.
Interesting.
Got some winners.
Daryl, Elliot, and Oscar. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a tough one. Holy cow. That's a tough one, man.
I know exactly what I would do.
Oh my goodness. That is one of the hardest questions of the evening.
Squid says,
Squid does make a good point.
OG Daryl or new Daryl?
That would 100% change the outcome. If it's, I'll give you both answers.
Okay.
Okay, I would fight Oscar, kiss Elliot, and marry the OG Daryl.
Oh.
But with the new one, I would fight him because
he's horrifying.
He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. And then I would probably kiss Oscar and marry Elliot.
Nice.
That'd be it.
Nice. I know exactly what I would do. It doesn't matter OG or new, but I would fight Oscar because I don't know him at all. And I bet I could take him.
Enough.
And I would kiss Daryl, but I would marry Elliot.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I love me some Elliot.
I love that Johanna just says no Elka. I know. I mean, Elka would still win everything regardless.
Elka's in there. Well, she's not in this particular wheel.
Yeah.
She's in the female wheel and the every character wheel.
Although I will say, if Elka and Deirdre happen to be in the same round, that would be a very tough decision for me. That'd be a tough one.
Hold on. Let's just hold on. Let's just give us one more character, but only one. Open.
And then what to go up against?
And it's
Elka and
Deirdre, and then...
Oh, damn it.
Jamila.
Definitely fighting Jamila.
That wasn't hard.
Okay, well, fighting Jamila, but in the current state of the world, where I know a lot more about Deirdre than I do about Elka, kiss Elka and marry Deirdre.
Okay. You heard it here, folks.
So, yeah.
There you go.
But, yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Be it. That's it.
Well, that's all the content that I have for you guys tonight. I know it's been such a short 2.5 hours.
It was nearly double last times with Jetpack.
I know.
That's nuts.
I know why. It's because you talk.
That's what I said. And I told you, if I'd start talking too much, move on.
But you had such good points.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Liv says, how are you still on? We're literally getting off right now.
Welcome to the stream, Liv.
So good. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Huw. This has been an absolute blast. I've loved getting to talk to you and interview you. And everyone definitely join us. Well, join me. He won't be here. Well, he could be here if he's here, but join me next week. Same time, same place. I'm going to be interviewing Joanna. You may know her on Instagram as the Drew Encyclopedia. She does absolutely phenomenal coloring pages. So
they're pretty awesome.
I know, I'm so excited.
Pretty sweet.
It's gonna be so fun. We're gonna have a great time. Definitely
it's gonna be a sick episode.
Yeah, definitely send us lots of crazy questions. We're going to have a great time. And yeah, that's all I've got for you. So, Huw, do you have any closing remarks?
I'm streaming tomorrow. It's going to be great. Go to my channel if you want to watch Secrets Can Kill Remastered. And that's about it. That's it.
Got aggressively
thank you very much,
Canadian
Susie.
There.
No, thank you so much for having me on. It was a brilliant time, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming, and I'm so sorry that I scared you so much. yeah, singing live was something. It would have been more interesting if the background music was there, but that unfortunately does not exist. So, oh man, I forgot to turn my background music back on.
Oh my word, what are you doing? I've had Hades down this whole time. It's great.
I am so unprofessional. All right. Thanks for joining, everyone. I will see you next time. Bye.
Have a great night, guys.